Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some even more intriguing news coming out where we actually are seeing a lot of really OG games that are finally maybe making their way coming back out to the gamosphere. So as you guys know, we actually had huge acquisitions. I'm sure you guys are going to get super tired of hearing about this because I'll probably have maybe a few more videos on it. But it's one of those things where just more and more information just kind of keep on coming out. There's definitely more and more things to go and talk about. To the point where I almost feel like I just go and do like a mega video, do like a live stream just purely discussing it, because there's just so many little small micro details that keep on getting kind of picked on up when it comes to both drama, as we kind of covered up yesterday, where basically Sony had to go and call out Xbox. Now Xbox had to let her respond. But of course, with all the bad and call the, unkind of knowing stuff, one of the biggest things is that we kind of keep on seeing new games that have been very, very chill and very, very laid loose and almost somewhat borderline canceled. They could be now coming back. And this is actually some of the cooler things out there, because for me, I love all types of games. And there's a lot of IPs, a lot of old school games that never really get the full on love that they kind of deserve. I always kind of mention Sly Cooper is one of my OG games that I used to love, but as well, there's some other really cool games too I want to go cover throughout this video that are actually seeming like they're going to be coming back. And this all around really cool news, because once you have the marketing and the money and the freedom and the actual developers to go make stuff, well, obviously, you can make more and make even cooler stuff. So let's go talk about that, talk about this kind of cool Xbox stuff, and a lot of other cool things throughout this as well. And if any of you guys are actually, even for any game, Nintendo, PlayStation, PC, whatever, if there's that one golden game out there that you guys just can't wait to go and replay or wish they would revitalize or all that type of stuff, leave a comment down below, because there's actually a lot of games myself that I'll maybe go touch on throughout this video that I'm in the same boat. And there's a lot of games that sometimes just get lost out there, so let's go talk about it. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new SSDs that are up on sale, link down below, same with the Amazon links, the Twitter and Twitch stream, that Weeble, we get a bunch of free stock and free money, and that Coinbase down below. And of course, leave a like on this one, so let's go and talk about it. So as I mentioned, we kind of have still even more information in regards to this big acquisition, which is just going to be the gaming news for the next few days. I know it's probably annoying and overdone, don't get me wrong, but it's always like a lot of cool stuff that keeps them popping on out. This is in regards to all the unknown and utilized IPs. So there's gonna be a little bit of stuff we maybe have the recap on here. I may try to go and skim through it, but I kind of want to talk about some more intriguing stuff too as well. So as you guys know, $69 billion acquisition in terms of Activision, which has a lot of different games and developers and Call of Duties and all that type of stuff too as well, mixed on in. But when we go and see someone like Phil Spencer, the Xbox CEO, Microsoft Gaming, Phil Spencer too as well, a slew of video games and long abandoned franchises are now made available. And I'm still kind of on the apprehensive side, because it could be a really good or really bad acquisition. We don't necessarily really know. So basically asked about the workplace complaints faced by Activision Blizzard in a 10-minute interview with the Washington Post on Wednesday, Phil Spencer said, "I believe the leaders there believe in the opportunity they have in their plan," noting his confidence the issues will be resolved. In addressing the potential of bringing on ununionized workers, he said his company will aim to empower its new employees to do their best work. So that's just in regards to the drama, as I'm sure you guys heard about for the Activision itself. But the one bigger thing is more on the games, and that's the more funner thing to talk about for me than drama. The games created by Activision Blizzard's developers provide the centerpiece of Microsoft's strategic thinking around the acquisition. The titles are on some of the most popular in the world, and those Activision Blizzard properties extend well beyond Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush. Which, once again, I still want to go and kind of give my quick thoughts on World of Warcraft. I still imagine World of Warcraft on some sort of a Game Pass would be phenomenal. Would be amazing, amazing, amazing. But there's one other big thing, and I actually play this game a lot when it comes to my Twitch stream and off stream, etc., etc. And this is in regards to both StarCraft and other big games. So in discussing some of the intellectual properties owned by Activision Blizzard, Spencer's excitement may have mirrored the enthusiasm of a StarCraft player noticing the long-dormant franchise logo in Microsoft's acquisition announcement. And when it comes to that, they just have all the list of the various IPs and games and all that type of stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys, I play a lot of StarCraft. If there's literally one of you guys watching this video that play it too, leave a comment down below. I play Protoss, I love it. I play a lot of 2v2s whenever I'm bored. I'm like editing a video, doing a thumbnail or whatever. So when they look at the IP list, I mean, let's go, Spencer said. There's old school games like King's Quest, and a big one that was trending up on Twitter all of yesterday, Guitar Hero. Now, I actually used to play that a lot of the time too as well. I had the little drum set, I had the guitar, all that type of stuff. I used to love Guitar Hero and Rock Band back in the day. They're some of my favorite games and favorite IPs, and they definitely have been forgotten. We haven't seen new iterations. We sometimes see kind of like weird things mixed on in. Beat Saber is a good example where like those games are still active and popular, but they just aren't really being utilized as much. And think about the chance to go make money on the accessories, which they probably can make really good money on those USB guitars, good for PC gaming, good for actual also consoles too. It just seems amazing. Think for multiplayer, etc. It could be fantastic. There's also other games too as well, such as Hexen as well, which I'll kind of talk about really quickly over here. But the big thing I want to go talk about more is just on Guitar Hero. I would love that. That's an Activision IP, and there's all the other things cool, like such as Crash, etc. That can still be utilized, and I love seeing this because I will be 1,000,000% down if we could still have Call of Duty on PlayStation, which is kind of still iffy, even after his kind of supportive statements where he's talking with Sony developers and Sony devs about it. I kind of hope they would, because it would make sense. $70 game on PlayStation, Xbox gets the cut. They probably get a cut on them too as well for the microtransactions for the overall Call of Duty system. PlayStation still gets a piece of the pie. It's basically Xbox is making money on one of PlayStation's biggest games, because I think it was the #2 biggest game on PlayStation, plus with Warzone as well. It kind of is a win-win. You basically get to go milk your basically competitor, and then competitor still gets to be happy, make money on it. I still hope they would go do that. But Hexen is indeed an Activision Blizzard property. It's a cult hit first-person game about using magic spells. Microsoft's pending acquisition of Activision Blizzard also means owning the rights to many creations from gaming's past, including Crash Bandicoot, which we covered before, where a lot of people were very worried about the long term of the game, as well as which was funny enough because it's the original PlayStation mascot, as well as Tony Hawk games, which I would love to finally go and see a third one, because that is a brand new IP, and they also just recently did their remakes not that long ago. And of course as well, Spyro, which once again, a lot of these are more iconic PlayStation games. We cover that in a separate video, but I would just love to go and see that actually being revived. And it's kind of, I think, one of the bigger things too, because Activision basically had to go get rid of a lot of these side projects with a lot of big potential to work on games like Call of Duty. So Toys for Bob, one of the studios working under the Activision Blizzard banner, successfully launched games like Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, but was later folded into supporting Call of Duty games. So they said they have the chance to go and basically work on and establish a really good long-term IP, and they just are like, well, we're going to make a lot more money doing Call of Duty. Let's go make this Call of Duty game better and perfect. I'm sorry, we got to work on this game instead. And that's the kind of the big issue with the gaming industry, but that's why it's something that Microsoft could go and fix. Microsoft could go and put all that effort and money and extra developers into making these old IPs that you never know which can turn into an even bigger IP as time goes on. A good example, look at a game like, say, Horizon. Who knows, maybe that game never would have been made in the first place if they didn't have the extra dev time and extra money to go and make it. Or think like Halo, where in all honesty, it wasn't the best game, and it could have had such a better launch if it had extra developers to go work on it. And I do think games like Call of Duty that are kind of stuck on that 1-year crunch time suffer from this greatly. And there's a lot of other variety of games too out there from the Blizzard vaults that they own the IP and copyrights on, but they're just not taking advantage of it. So Phil Spencer says, we're hoping that we'll be able to work with them when the deal closes to make sure we have the resources to work on franchises that he himself loves from my childhood and that the teams really want to get. And I'm with them. There's a lot of games, and I'm not I have Game Pass and I also have a PS5. I'm sure you guys know. I'm kind of cool with either side. So as long as I can play these games and utilize them, I don't mind. So even Phil Spencer says, I'm looking forward to these conversations. I really think it's about adding resources and increasing capability. So if they're able to go and hire more people, which they have the money to do so, if they can go and fine tune it, which they have the means to go do so, and as well as also have the Xbox Game Pass, which would also be a great, fantastic resource to put games like Crash or Spyro to go and experiment and see how many people want to go download it, and also increase the Game Pass subscriber base. It is so much big potential for all these cool games too as well. It's insane. As well, he also does go and say, in regards more to Sony and Nintendo, they have a long history in video games. Nintendo's not going to do anything that damages gaming in the long run because that's the business they're in. Sony is the same, and I trust them. Valve's the same way. When we look at other big tech competitors from Microsoft, Google has search and Chrome. Amazon has shopping. Facebook has social, and Twitch, just saying, follow me on the Twitch. Facebook has social. All these large-scale consumer businesses, the discussion we've had internally, where those things are important to those other tech companies for how many consumers they reach. Gaming can be that for us, which would make sense. I think it was like 11% was the overall total Xbox money they made for Microsoft. So I mean, and honestly, they're making a good push. Gaming's growing. They have cloud gaming too as well. Now they have Activision, the biggest IPs. Yeah, and honestly, really could. I mean, if you're a big company, you have to keep on expanding to keep on being relevant. I do think we have a unique point of view, which is not about how everything has to run on a single device or platform. That's been the real turning point for us, looking at gaming as a consumer opportunity that could have similar impact on Microsoft that some of these other scale consumer businesses do for other big tech competitors. And it's been great to see the support we've had from the company and the board. It's also as regards to, after also seeing the statements of Phil Spencer saying that they had a chance to call with Sony, they want to work with them and make sure that Call of Duty is still going over here, and all this stuff kind of put together with old games and old IPs coming forward. We've seen games like, Call of Duty, maybe also still staying cross-platform. Games like Crash coming back. Games like, like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and even the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games and all these other various games. War of the Warcraft that could have so much revitalization to come bring back to gaming world is all maybe going to be possible when it comes to Xbox. So honest to God, this is actually looking a little bit better as long as it all kind of keeps them playing out this way. Right now, it's all fluff and game until anything actually happens. But I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below in the one game you guys would want to have come back, because this is always such cool news for me to go and cover and see. I love it. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Same with the Samsung SSDs down below, and the Twitter and Twitch stream as well on top of that, and the Weebles and the Coinbases. And I just appreciate you guys all so much for watching. So make sure you guys are subscribed for the PS5 giveaway too. We'll be up with you guys for a lot more videos all throughout the rest of today. Love you guys.